Hello, good people of YouTube, Mountbatten here, and welcome to my first impressions of the Commander rework. So obviously today's videos we're going to spend a lot of time talking about German battleships because obviously that is what a lot of you guys are here for, and of course my most played class and nation. We'll be taking a brief look at some other changes that have happened, but good God, yeah, basically so far from the messages I've been getting throughout the day and from reading over some of the forums and Reddit and YouTube comments while I was at work today, the summary of this has kind of been our expectations were low, but holy crap. So yeah. So something that I want to look at that has occurred across the board. The cruisers, holy God, have cruisers been slapped by this. Basically now, for the optimum cruiser build, you want to build basically everything into your guns, meaning nothing into anything else, including concealment, to where cruisers basically, the meta has shifted from kind of stealthy, sneaking around, getting to position and getting your shots on target. Now it's kind of just you want to go pew 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 all the time and be detected all of the time. So yeah, I think I saw Stalingrad with like the optimum build on it has like a 20-kilometer detection range, and yeah, that's going to be something. All right, so so yeah, this is going to be a bit of a mess from what I've seen so far. They were going to focus mainly on the Germans, of course, and see how that secondary buff that no one really got to see before today has played out. Now, of course, I do need a 21-point commander to have a full secondary build now, so I need 2 more points for the same build that I had before. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and boost Lucians up. I don't recommend you do this. This is way too expensive for just a couple more commander points, but for the sake of this video, I am going to do it. The rest of my German commanders, who have all been shafted by this because they were all full secondary builds, for the battleships at least, they will just have to be grounded out like normal. Now you can gain commander XP by going to your reserves and dismissing commanders. So it's like all these guys, all these 19-point battleship commanders that I gotta grind 2 more points in all of them. But these guys who are not assigned to any ship, and they may have 1 or 2 commander points on them, a lot of them don't, you can dismiss them and gain commander XP. So let's see this 3-point commander here. Let's dismiss him, and that should give us... Oh! You have to pay for it. What? What? I thought this was a thing. I thought... Oh, God. Are you kidding me? I didn't know you had to pay for this. I thought you just dismissed him and got the XP. Oh, well, screw that. I'll keep him for later then. Jesus. Okay. That was unexpected. I don't know if I just read over that in the patch notes or somewhere, but I thought you just got to keep their XP. So that's suckish. Okay, so let me go ahead and convert the XP and put a full secondary build on this GK, and we'll see what her stats are. Then we'll take on the battle and see what she is like now. Hey, Patreons, thank you for this, because good God. $120 to get a 21-point commander off the bat if you want it. So let's see, 19 to 20, 21. So yeah. So I had some elite commander XP lying around, and I managed to get it for like 900 and something thousand free XP. But it was still, I had to convert like $100 worth of free XP. Again, I don't recommend you do this. We're just doing this for the sake of the video, and the only reason I'm able to do that is from the ad revenue from the channel and to these awesome Patreons up here on screen. You want to support the channel, go there. That's one of the best ways to do it besides just watching the videos, of course. Okay, so now we've got Lucians at 21 points. So secondaries are now out to 12.5 kilometers. Of course, you can't really see the accuracy here. Alright, so we will see how she performs in battle. So Other than that, modules still have all my same modules on, of course. We're just running. If you're curious what traits you want to take now, why did it give me pyrotechnician? That's a choice. I wouldn't want that choice. Okay, let me. Well, actually, yeah, maybe I do want that choice because we can only take. No, actually, I do want preventive maintenance because I don't want my guns taken out. But good thing is redistribution is free right now, so we can do that. So we're gonna take preventive maintenance, and of course, grease the gears and long-range secondary battery shells, and improved secondary battery aiming. And then we are going to take adrenaline rush and close quarters combat and emergency repair specialist because we want the heals. So, oh, did it have Deadeye on there? I didn't even see that. Yeah, Deadeye. Apparently the skill is also broken on Kremlin to where it gives it Slava dispersion. Again, another video for another day. Today we're just focusing on the Germans. And they do give you this guide to tell you what they think you should take. Yeah, we're not. I know some people are going to be like, oh, you should take IFHE. Yeah, but again, that gimps the chance of starting a fire. And plus with the GK secondaries, they already all pin 32mm of armor, so you're not really crossing any major thresholds. And it is a 2-point skill now, so maybe with some of the lower tier German battleships, that might be more effective now, but we're just seeing what it's like on the GK, because ideally, this should be the best secondary build, because it is, of course, the tier 10. So, let's go ahead, jump into battle, and I'll play a couple battles and meet you guys there with a voiceover after that. Alright, well, you broke the game. I know I said this is going to be about secondaries on GK for most of this video, but I got off on a little tangent here. Anyway, so I did play GK with a full secondary build like I showed off in the start of the video, and honestly, secondaries felt fine. The combination of the buff that you get when you're in secondary range, the 10% boost to your reload time, your main battery guns, is lovely. So, yeah, secondaries are fine. The firing on both sides thing, again, if you're in that situation in GK where both sides of your secondaries are going off, something's gone terribly wrong. However, the dispersion buff to that side of secondaries, the base 22% buff to the dispersion, is evident, and even without clicking on those ships on that side of your ship, they do pretty decent. Of course, not amazing, but I mean, it's you know, it really does feel like I'm just now spending enough points. I'm sorry, spending more points to get what is essentially the same thing with a bit more range on the GK at least. But however, thankfully, the buff to the accuracy was enough to basically keep secondaries. I would say they're probably on par with how they were before the rework, with the combination of the 10% boost to your main battery reload time, because Kremlin's GK's 12 guns reloading 10% faster when you're in a brawling situation. And, well, even when you're just within secondary range, which is now 12.5 kilometers, that's really nice, not gonna lie. So that element is, I think, okay and turned out fine for now. However, one skill that has utterly broken, I would say probably about 90% of battleships, is Deadeye. So, Deadeye, if you don't know, gives you a 10% buff to your dispersion when you are not within, when a ship is not within the detection range of your ship, the standard detection range. So not when your ship fires and blooms out, but your standard detection range after skills and modules have been applied. So, when I originally read this skill way back when the rework was first announced, I was like, okay, 10%, it's a decent bit. But I really thought it was only going to be useful in ships like Yami and not Kansas, Vermont, you know, sniping ships with lots of guns. Boy, was I wrong. I didn't think it was going to be this big of a deal. Guys, if you put this skill on Kremlin with a concealment build, so concealment expert and the concealment module, you literally get Slava dispersion on Kremlin at Kremlin's maximum range. I'm not joking. You can watch the footage for yourself. You get Slava dispersion on Kremlin, on Kremlin's 9 457mm Soviet bias guns. Process that. Remember when Kremlin first came out and it was like really broken because you could dunk on people at 20 kilometers with the guns? Like something was messed up with the gimmick to where you were getting decent accuracy at 20 kilometers. Well, now you get Slava accuracy at 20 kilometers with the Kremlin's guns. And that's with the Soviet gimmick working properly, with your dispersion supposed to be trash at that range. Okay? Okay. So basically, if you take this on Kremlin, you get OG Kremlin and then some. So you get broken Kremlin and then a little bit more with the guns. Yeah, so naturally, when I was playing Kremlin, I was like, God, you get Slava dispersion on this thing. This is broken. They're going to have to, for sure, nerf this. Then I was like, hold up. What's Slava like? And oh my God. It's pre-nerf Slava. All those clips you saw of Slava or Pobeda and their shells basically converging into a single pixel. Yeah, that happens now. It happens quite often now. So yeah, just this one skill has unnerfed two of what used to be, I guess, what are now with this skill, of the most broken ships in the game. But it gets better, because playing through Slava, I was like, God, this is really, really, really good. What other, like, really accurate sniping ships can I use that this could probably break? I'm like, oh wait, Thunderer. So Thunderer 2, yes, it does get really good dispersion now with Deadeye. And keep in mind, Thunderer's concealment can go down to 12.3, 12.4 kilometers. So yeah, 12.3 kilometers. Yeah. So you can be within 12.5 kilometers of somebody, and you're getting this buff to your dispersion with Thunderer because of Thunderer's detection range, and the same goes for all the other ships. You can be just on the edge of your detection range and get that 10% buff to your dispersion. Now, keep in mind, too, the Kremlin, I think it benefits from this the most because the Slava's got kind of the reverse gimmick of the Kremlin, where the further away you are from the target, the better your dispersion is. But the Kremlin now, when you go over your detection, your base detection range with a concealment build, which is 13.4 kilometers, you are now within the sweet zone of the Soviet BB gimmick, which means that your dispersion is only going to get better, because the closer you are to the target with Soviet BBs, the better dispersion you get. So it's just like Kremlin now with Deadeye just has good dispersion everywhere now. And it's just like, wow. And that's just one skill, y'all. That's just one skill on these ships that has done this. I haven't even looked at other battleships. I haven't looked at Shikishima yet and what Deadeye does to it. It is probably going to freaking just dunk on everything now. Oh, by the way, they fixed Shikishima's gun sound, which that and the secondaries being pretty good. That's the only two bits of good information I have of good news that I have so far. That this is crazy. Who tested this and was like, yeah, that's fine. Let's give the Kremlin a skill that literally unnerfs it, and let's turn Slava back into the Pobeda while we're at it too with this one skill. I don't know if it's something in like the Soviet battleship gimmick that, like, whenever it and Deadeye meet and they try to whatever, mesh, it just like cranks the dispersion up. Cranks the effect on the dispersion on the dispersion up a lot, to where you get really, really good salvos. Because on the Thunderer, I was getting good salvos, but it wasn't as dramatic of a change from like the Kremlin's Kremlin without Deadeye to Kremlin with Deadeye, and from Slava without Deadeye to Slava with Deadeye. I'm not sure if it's just because whatever, maybe it is the Soviet gimmick. That's what I'm thinking so far. I'm going to play a bit more tomorrow with ships like Shikishima 2 and Montana and Conqueror and the rest of the tier 10 battleships to see if it's like just a Soviet battleship thing, or if it's just an across the board battleship thing. Because from what I've seen in the Thunderer, It appears that it just seems to be a Soviet thing, because Thunderous Dispersion was better. Don't get me wrong; it was plenty better, but it wasn't as dramatic as an effect as the Kremlin. Because if you've played Kremlin before this rework went out, you could barely hit anything past about 15, 16 kilometers in Kremlin. But now I'm able to just rail ships at like 18, 19, 20 kilometers in Kremlin. That's a huge change, and needless to say too, it's quite apparent the effect that this one skill is having on the game, because now the only ships pushing are Germans, because they want to get within their now elongated secondary range. Every other battleship is like freaking chilling in the back. Like, I'm perfectly fine to sit back here, I'm going to get my Deadeye perk and I'm just going to snipe away. And if it has this much of an effect where it's turned Kremlin into a friggin' sniper, I really can't blame them, because why would you want to give up that insane boost to your dispersion? I'm just thinking too, like Vermont with that. I haven't even tried that yet. But God, that's going to be crazy. I don't have time, because it's a work night for me, and I don't have time to play Warships all night. But out of the matches that I played about 3 matches with each ship, with the Thunderer, with the Slava, and with the Kremlin, and with the GK. Deadeye is definitely having a big effect on Kremlin and Slava. Again, I don't know if it's just the Soviet gimmick messing up or what, but it's friggin' insane, y'all. So they did say they are going to be monitoring the effects of these skills, and they will apply nerfs as necessary. So I do expect the Deadeye skill to get nerfed, or they may nerf the ships directly in and of themselves. I think they did say that if they saw any performance issues, they would nerf the ships to fit the skills, which I hope isn't the case. I would hope they would just nerf the skill, like maybe crank Deadeye down to like 5% for a bit and see how that works, because if it's having this much of an effect right now, 5% should be friggin' fine, I mean, shoot, Jesus, yeah, it's nuts, guys. I haven't even touched the cruisers or destroyers yet. I haven't even played a super cruiser yet. I'm feeling that the super cruisers have been shafted from what I'm reading, but I haven't even tried that out yet. That'll probably be the subject of tomorrow's video, or that, or maybe Fenyang. I don't even know, but I got a lot to get through, guys. But from my genuine first impression so far of the Commander rework, it is an absolute mess, and I have a feeling that we're going to be seeing a lot of the hot fixes like we saw with the CV rework, where they were just spewing them out left, right, and center, and obviously that it was changing the game a whole lot. It felt like every week, there's a big change to the game. And with these skills, if they're going to be doing the same thing, which from what I've seen today, they're going to have to expect more of the Commander rework. So if you don't want to deal with it, maybe it's a good idea to take a break from the game for a couple of weeks, because it's going to be a mess, and not much we can do about it. In my opinion, this was rolled out way too early. They should have done a couple more open public tests, because, I mean, shoot, I think that the one test they did only lasted for like a week, and yeah, it apparently missed this, or I didn't hear about the Kremlin's dispersion being this godlike with Deadeye on it. Or maybe nobody thought about putting Deadeye on Kremlin in the test, but yeah, this was rushed out the door way too fast. Should have been way more public testing done on this before dumping this on the live servers. So the game's going to be in a mess for the next couple of weeks until they can get a couple hot fixes out. So yeah, that's my impression so far of the Commander rework. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We are on our way now to 25,000 subs, just past 21,900 not that long ago. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope to catch you guys in the next one.